Hi, Gabby Turner here. Welcome to this pick a card reading in which we're going to be asking, how will your date go with them? So you have an upcoming date. That is what we're looking at. This is about a date that you actually have planned that is going to happen, not just to like, what would a date be like theoretically? So if you have an upcoming date or you're going to be spending time with the person on your mind, go ahead and pull that person into your head, focus your energy on them. And then we have 3 options you can choose from, and we're just going to be seeing like what is it going to be like between the 2 of you on this date. All right, so we have 3 options here. Option number 1 is Athena. Option number 2 is Estsanatlehi. And option number 3 is Chang-O. Those are your 3 options. I'll hold them up a little closer. The options are listed with the timestamps according to the name of the goddess. 1 Athena, 2 Estsanatlehi, 3 Chang-O. So just go ahead and make your decision and use the timestamps below, and I'll see you at your reading. All right, group 1, you chose Goddess Athena. Let's see what it's going to be like on your date, your upcoming date with your person. I'm using the Tarot of the Cat People for this reading. It's interesting. I had done a little bit of a pre-shuffle. We've got the Hangman reverse and the Justice card upright. I feel like just the overall vibe is that you will feel... We're going to get more details, but like you will feel that you do want to continue seeing this person, but I feel like you're going to feel like there are some unanswered questions, or there are things that you want to know more, because that Hanged Man in reverse, it's like I'm not understanding something about you, or there's something that I don't know but I want to know. The Justice card upright though does make me feel like overall it will be a successful date, or it'll be a date that makes you want to continue seeing the person as far as successful goes. But let's get a little bit more insight here. What's going on? So your person of interest, they're coming in with this Knight of Wands energy. We have the shared energy, which is the 2 of Swords, which is a very peaceful vibe. So I think that when the date starts, they're going to seem excited to see you, happy to see you. You're coming through with a 7 of Cups, so I'm going to clarify that with the 4 of Wands. It could be that you are, I don't know, maybe you're at a restaurant or a bar or something, and you're trying to figure out what you want to order, but it feels like it's a nice ambiance. So I feel like on your end, you might actually be a little bit more focused on the date locale and like, okay, what am I going to order? Than you are on them. I think on their end, they're more focused on you, but you might be more about like, okay, or like if it's a place where there are options about what to do, like let's say if you went to an amusement park, you'd be like, okay, which ride do I want to go on first? But I think you're like more about what are we doing? What are we ordering? You're preoccupied with that part of the date. Or like even if it could be like a date at home and you're like, what are we going to watch on Netflix? You know, you're choosing something. That's where your mind is occupied by initially. What am I choosing on this date from the menu or the activities that are available or whatever? But yeah, they're coming through. I feel like they're excited to see you. Wow, we have the Tower card. We have the Knight of Wands and the Tower card. Let me look more into that. Sometimes a Tower card, especially when it's paired with with a Wands card like this, can indicate like someone being turned on, because the Tower can be a very phallic card. But let's see what this is saying. They're coming in hot. Is it a good kind of hot? I feel like they're just excited to see you, but that Tower kind of threw me for a loop, as a Tower is wont to do. Okay. I feel like they're coming in wanting to like impress you, or wanting to like make sure that the mood is lifted. They're coming through like wanting to make sure things are jovial and lighthearted, and it's like, have you ever seen someone come into a social situation and they almost like force happiness on the group. It's like everybody has to be happy. You know what I mean? It's almost like they're, that's the vibe. Like they're trying to like up the mood, because I feel like they're viewing you as a little bit stone-faced or standoffish or uninterested. And they're like, hey, I'm here. The party is here. You should be happy. You know, like they are happy to see you, and they're like trying to like create a vibe where you kind of have to be happy to see them as well. So they're trying to lift your spirits. They could come in like with some like sudden joke or like sudden hug or something. With the Tower, there's something sudden, and like it could be loud. They could come in and be like boisterous and loud, but like the goal of what they're doing is to lift the mood. I wouldn't even say lighten the mood. It's more like boost the mood. I don't know. I feel like when this person shows up to the date, they are, we have their, all of these cards are showing their energy. We have the Hermit, the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. It's almost like they're not really in a good mood themselves, so they might also be trying to hype themselves up. But I also feel like they're trying to hang on to you, because I think they're afraid of being left alone. They're afraid that you, Group 1, will be unimpressed and you won't want to see them again. And so they're kind of doing their best to like come in with this like kind of over the top, like, you know, party spirit, you know, to get things going, get the mood going. It's almost like they're prepared. They're already thinking what's going to happen at the end of the date. And that's funny because the reading already kind of started off on those terms too. We started off like with what your takeaway was going to be from the date, but like they're coming into it wanting to make a good impression, wanting to make sure that both of you have a good time, because they want you to stay interested in them even after the date ends. So anyway, that's what's going on. What else is the vibe? What's their interaction going to be like beyond those like initial moments? I think that this person is going to be in pretty good spirits throughout. They're coming through as the Ten of Cups. I will say that this will be a date that will maybe last a few hours. Like it could last 2 or 3 hours. It feels, with the Seven of Pentacles being the shared energy, like it's a long date. It's not like a quick date that's quick and over really quickly. But I feel like on your end, you know, they were seeing you as standoffish, and I do feel like at some point in the date, it's like maybe you need to draw some boundaries or make it clear to them about, hey, this is how I like to be treated. We have it paired with the Ace of Cups. I do feel like you like this person, but it's almost like you feel as well, like they came in needing to set the tone of this like very upbeat, you know, like let's all be super happy and hyped. But I think you're trying to set the tone in terms of the dynamics between the two of you. Like, hey, I just want to make sure you know what I like and what I don't like in terms of how I want to be treated in a romantic situation. Tell me a little bit more about that. Yeah, we have Temperance. I feel like you do see the potential here. If the two of you are not in a relationship, I feel like you see the potential, which I think is for most of you, probably you're just still dating, but you see the potential of a good relationship, but it's almost like you feel like if we don't make certain things clear on the outset, things could go awry. You know, it's like things could go either way if we're not very honest from the outset. So I do feel like you're wanting to make certain boundaries clear, certain expectations clear. We have the Temperance that shows you having an optimistic view of the relationship itself. But then the other two cards are the Devil and the Star. It's like this relationship could be, if these boundaries are not set in place in the beginning and these expectations, this could end up being a very toxic dynamic, or it could be like a very blessed dynamic with the Star card. So I think you're just trying to steer the ship in the direction of like, you know, let this be the blessing that I know that it can be. I see the potential here, but I just want to make certain things clear. Yeah, and I think it's for your own peace of mind, for you to know, like, if I'm going to proceed with this person, I want to know that we can be peaceful, that we can be harmonious, that I'm going to be able to feel peaceful. So what else? Is there going to be like physical touch? What kind of physical touch might there be, if anything? I don't really see a lot of that. There could be something like, maybe they put their, it could be like a kind of a half hug or something, or them putting their hand on your arm or your shoulder or something. I don't really feel a lot of embracing, and maybe on your end you're okay with that. Yeah, but I do feel like maybe some sort of half hug, or, you know, not like a big bear hug, but you see how she's like hugging this cat, that type of thing, or like hand on the shoulder type of a vibe. But I feel like they're taking their lead from you. So I think that they're getting the impression that you may not want to be super touchy-feely. So I don't sense any kissing or anything like that on this date. What about the conversation? What's the conversation going to be like? I feel like the conversation is very good. Like, I think the two of you will probably be talking like almost like nonstop. Like, there's a never end of things to talk about with this Three of Wands. Like, the door is always open. The conversation keeps flowing. The Magician to me also is always too like a very good conversationalist. And that's the card that's coming through for you. They're coming through as the Queen of Cups. So they might be talking a lot about the people in their life, like family members or people who are close to them, or just communicating a lot about their feelings. But in any case, I feel like you are up for talking about pretty much anything on your end. Like, I do see you, Group 1, as like an excellent conversationalist, and there's just a lot to talk about with this person. So I think the conversation, how will you feel about how each other looks? Like, how will they feel about how you look? And how will you feel about how they look? Well, I think that you'll really like how they look. There's something about the way that they look. We have the Six of Cups for how you feel that makes you feel kind of close to them, or that they're familiar. It does make you feel sweet towards them. So you're liking how they look. We have the Five of Cups as the energy in between. The way that they're feeling about you is the Ten of Swords, so I'm not really sure. Let me clarify that. Do they think that you look good or bad? Okay. They do think that you look good, but it's almost like, why is it having this Ten of Swords impact on them? Maybe you look better than, if this is the first time you all are meeting in person, I feel like you're looking better than what they expected. And almost like, in a way, you know, 'cause sometimes people can catfish and they don't look as good in person. I feel like with you, like, you look better in person or something. And they're just like puzzling over it. Like, it's confusing them. Like, their mind is blown. Mind blown. You know, like that head exploding emoji. They do think that you look good. They like the way that you look, but they just can't understand why you look so good, because I guess they weren't expecting you to look as good as what you do. Maybe they were expecting that you were going to look worse than your pictures because they've been used to that. I think also, like, they do like the way that you look, but they're not sure how to bring it up. Like, you know, a lot of times on a date, you'll compliment the way that your date looks or something. Like, it's almost like they're afraid to bring it up, even though they do like how you look. Like, maybe they're afraid that if they mention your looks, it will rub you the wrong way or something, or that they'll like something about how you look, but if they mention it, it'll be awkward. I don't know. There's something about that too. Anything else for Group 1 to know about this date? At the beginning of the reading, we saw that Group 1 is going to want to keep dating this person, I still feel that energy, but that there was something like left. There's more to know about the person. What does that mean? Yeah, we get the Justice card coming up again. Okay, it's just like you can see the potential. We have the Justice card, the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is about not giving up. And then we have the Two of Cups. I think it's basically like you're wanting to see where it could go. You're still not sure totally about this person, or you're still not sure totally, but you feel that the potential is there for a relationship. So to me, it feels like for most of you, this is someone that you're not in a relationship with yet, but you're seeing that possibility. Okay, final thoughts for group 1 about this date. You're the Five of Swords. I think that your spirit guides are encouraging you with that honesty that I saw before, that there might be some honesty. Maybe this is based on some conversations that you've already had with this person prior to the date, and you just need to set some things straight, assert some boundaries and expectations. Your spirit guides are encouraging you not to hold back or hide things about how you really feel. It's better to just rip the Band-Aid off and like say it, what your expectations are, etc. Whoops. So, because you're going to be more likely to get what you actually want out of this dynamic with this person going forward if you do that. So I do feel like that's all I've got for you, group 1. I hope that that was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, group 2, you chose Estsanatlehi. Let's get into your reading and see what your upcoming date with the person on your mind is going to be like. So this is a date that is coming up, and you're just wanting to know how it will go. So think about that person, group 2, and we will see what is the dynamic like. What are the initial dynamics like when the date starts? I mean, I think both of you are happy to see each other, but you're both like coming off as reserved or something. The shared energy is the Three of Wands. So it's like both of you are happy to be there. That's what's, that's the energy that both of you have. But they're coming through as the Hanged Man, and you're coming through as the Nine of Wands. So it's like there's sort of a hesitation or something on both sides. Could be nerves or just like not exactly sure what to say or do in the beginning. We have the Three of Cups, and we have the Five of Pentacles. I feel there's an energy where this person behaves very differently around you on this one-on-one date than they behave when other people are around. And so that will strike you at first. You're like, oh, this person is so different when it's just the two of us. Because I feel like, and if this is not the case, then maybe this is not your reading, but like, I feel like the two of you have been around each other in group situations. And so this is different because this is just the two of you. That's what this date feels like. It feels like a date between just the two of you. And maybe that's a little bit awkward because normally when there are other people around, there are other people to play off of, you know what I mean? Like there are other people that you're interacting with. Maybe you have friends in common or something like that. And normally you're around each other's friends or coworkers or classmates. I don't know. But both of you are excited to see each other. It's just like the dynamic is different because you're not used to being alone. Usually it seems like you're around other people. So you don't have to just be interacting back and forth with each other specifically. I hope that makes sense what I'm saying so far. Okay, so tell me more about this person. How are they going to be acting that's different? Well, they will be very like friendly and like kind of like flirtatious. So maybe they've never been that openly flirtatious with you before, actually. So you're seeing a new side of them. So I feel like maybe there's like a little bit of like initial moment on their end of hesitation, but then they quickly warm up to you, and they're like friendly and flirty. I feel like they're also like trying to see if it's okay to like touch you or like put their arm around you or something like that, because I do feel like this person is wanting physical affection, and they're going to be like trying to feel you out to see if that's okay or not. They're hoping they're hoping for that to happen. I do get that energy. Yeah, this person, I feel also they're going to have a gift for you. Maybe you both have a gift for each other. This person definitely does. Whoops, look at these cards. We have the Six of Cups and the Knight of Cups, both coming in holding something. Giving a gift, holding the hand out with something in it. So if it's not a gift, then, you know, like maybe they're buying your food or buying your drinks, but it feels like they have a gift to give you. It feels like that to me, that they brought a gift of some kind to give you. And then we have this Queen of Cups also holding something out. So maybe you both have something for each other that's a gift. What's the conversation like between these two on the date? I feel like you are going to be so chipper and chirpy, warpy, and like you're just going to be talking and talking and chattering and chattering. I do feel like this person is responding to what you're saying, but like they're not as much like coming up with the topics of conversation. I think they're just kind of more like responding to what you're saying, like allowing you kind of to take the lead. And I think that they're using all of this conversation as an opportunity to get to know you more and to get to like understand their own feelings for you more. They're going to be trying to empath out and understand your feelings. But yeah, I feel like you're kind of like in charge, in lead of the conversation. And I think that you kind of like that. Like you're getting to talk about whatever you want to talk about, and just you seem like happy as a lark to me. And they're more like, they're happy as well to listen to you, but it's like they're sort of like absorbing and learning more about you. They're doing more of the listening, I would say. But it's giving them information about you. They're learning about you. What else is happening? I do feel that this person during this date does have a stronger conclusion about the place for you in their life. This date does serve a purpose for them to sort of determine, do I want to take the risk of getting into a relationship with group 2? Because I think they see you as someone they could have a real future with, maybe even a family with this Wheel of Fortune and 10 of Pentacles. It's like they want to spin the wheel, try their hand with you, and maybe take a risk. Like they may be thinking that you are someone that they might want to get engaged to and eventually married. But yeah, I mean, for them, the date is like helping them to confirm whether or not that's actually true, because they already have this feeling about you that you might be someone that they want to settle down with. The date is helping them to confirm that. It's basically what I'm saying. But I don't think that you're coming through as the Nine of Pentacles. I don't think that you are really on your end that decided about like having a future or anything. It's clarified by the Eight of Wands. You might still even have other opportunities or other like people that you're considering, you know what I mean? Like your energy seems more open-ended, and they're more like they're coming to their final conclusions. I think that they do want to like settle down with you. That's what I feel. So for group 2, what will be their takeaway from this date? How will they feel at the end of the date about the person that they went on the date with? I think happy. You'll be really happy. Like, to be honest, you're going to really love this date. Like, I think you'll go away from it feeling like kind of like on cloud 9. We have the Temperance, the Page of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. Like, I think this date is like everything that you have ever like wanted a date to be. It's just the conversation is great. Like, you're getting to be yourself and open up and like talk like a happy little bird, you know what I mean? You're just living your best life. They gave you a great gift. I think the gift makes you happy. You're feeling good about the attention from this person. Like, I think you're just feeling wonderful on cloud 9 at the end of this date. Again, I don't think that you at the end of this date, and I could be wrong, but I don't feel that you are definite about like, oh, this is someone I'm going to have a future with. But I would say that you really, really like this person, and I would say that you want to keep seeing them. That is for certain. So what does your person of interest think by the end of the date? What's their takeaway? What's their takeaway? Okay. They are determined, this person is determined to have a relationship with you. We have the Lovers card. But I feel like they're not really sure if you're interested in that, which I think is right, because you're not as like determined of that as they are. But they're they're still not sure how you feel about them exactly. But in any case, they're like determined to have a relationship with you. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. That's their takeaway from this date. Group 2, I hope that was helpful. Enjoy your day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, group 3, you chose Goddess Chang-O. So let's go ahead and see what your upcoming date is going to be like with the person that you're thinking of. I do want to start off because I'm already getting a feeling, both from this deck. I haven't used this deck in a while, and it was so like bent. It was like curved. I've like straightened it up a little bit. And also the goddess's name is Chang-O, which is kind of like the word change. And I don't know, I was just getting this strong vibe of like you and this person may be bending over backward to be someone that you're really not. And I just want to say, it's something that often happens, especially when we're trying to make like a first impression. But it's gonna come back to haunt you. I think if you're not being your true self with this person and they're not being their true self with you, that's gonna come back to haunt you. You want to know who you're really dealing with, and you also, I don't know. I'm just giving a word of caution. I'm just picking up that vibe, that possibility. It's totally human nature. I'm not trying to like shame you or judge you. I'm just saying it may not work out well for you in the long term if that's what you're starting with. Okay, so, but just generally, how's the energy of this going to be when you start off? When the date starts, we have their energy coming through. I can't think of the name of this deck, but anyway, it's a deck I haven't used in a while. This person is coming through with the Nine of Wands. The shared energy is the Nine of Swords, and you are the Hierophant. I feel like you're coming into it either almost like already feeling like you're in a relationship with them, or like wanting a relationship, wanting the date to feel like we're already in a relationship. Or it's if you are in a relationship with this person, it's like it's an extension of here we are spending time together as an already existing couple. But if you're not an already existing couple, it's almost like you're trying to play act that, you know what I mean, on the date. The shared energy is the Nine of Swords. I feel like both of you are kind of coming in with anxiety to this date. But I feel like you're also both really trying to cover up that anxiety. It's clarified by this Two of Pentacles. So it's like kind of like false bravado, like act as if you're confident, even if you're not. Like, I don't know if the anxiety is from a lack of confidence or it's something else. But there's anxiety. What is the anxiety for group 3? I feel like your anxiety is because you just really want to secure a relationship with them. I do feel actually a sense of confidence on your end. It's almost like you feel fairly confident that you will secure a relationship with this person. But there's still anxiety around it. I think the anxiety, again, because we have the High Priestess, is about you feeling like maybe you have to hide certain aspects of who you really are in order to secure a relationship with them. So what's their anxiety about? We have the Ten of Wands. We have the Devil. We have the King of Chalices. I feel like this is someone with control issues. I'm sorry, not sorry. The person you're going on this date with the Devil and the King of Chalices, the Ten of Wands, like look at this. Puppet strings on all these girls. Their anxiety has something to do with wanting to control you or wanting you to be a puppet, and it's almost like maybe they're wanting to date you even to get attention or something from other romantic possibilities, other girls, other guys, whoever they date, right? Because I don't think this person is interested just in you, at least maybe in a sexual way. I feel like, so their anxiety as well is that they're maybe trying to pretend like they have more feelings for you than they do, but their real goal is about controlling you, or even like, I hate to say it, but like maybe even like using you as bait to attract other women. Like, cause there are some women who will become more attracted to a guy if he's already involved with someone else, or if they see that someone else finds that person attractive and is willing to give them a chance. It's that type of energy, you know, like apply the genders as necessary for your connection, but I'm just, you know what I mean? I think you know what I'm getting at. What's the conversation like between these two on this date? I feel like the conversation could be a lot about like career plans, long-term plans. They have the Ten of Pentacles on their end. You've got the Judgment card on yours. And the shared energy is the Justice. I think a lot of it is, what are our big plans? Like, what am I doing for a career? What are my career goals? What are my life goals? What are my aspirations? What do I want to change or improve about my life? What achievements am I focused on eventually achieving achievements? But anyway, it's like long-term goals stuff. Big life plans, lots of conversation about that. What's the general like chemistry? Like, is there physical closeness? What's the vibe there? Is there... I see a lot of eye contact. I do see a lot of eye contact happening between the two of you. Especially, like, there will be moments, I think, even when the conversation pauses and the two of you are just kind of like looking at each other, like making strong eye contact. But I don't see a lot of like touching. I don't see a lot of like, I don't see kissing. I don't see hugging, that type of thing. But definite strong eye contact. I will say that the two of you do seem comfortable with each other in moments of silence. Like, you feel relaxed. I know the initial energy was sort of anxious, but the two of you can have a comfortable silence together. I will say that for sure. Anything else notable that will happen during this date, or anything else about the vibe? I feel like this person is not going to reveal a lot about their actual feelings for you. I mean, they will be talking to you about big life plans. So I think they're going to be giving that impression, of course, of, you know, like, do you fit into my long-term plans? Which I think is the reason for them to have that conversation with you. But I mean, that's why they're having that conversation, to see if you would fit into their long-term plans, if you like what their long-term plans are. But I feel like you're going to come away with this not really having a good, strong feeling of what they actually feel for you on an emotional level. So I'm just letting you know. But I do feel like I will say that I think the following date will all be secured by the end of this date. Whether this is a first date or not, like the two of you will already, by the end of this date, be making plans for the next date. It'll be clear that the two of you are going to be continuing to date. Anything else that group 3 needs to know, or that would be helpful for them to know about this date? So I think that there might be a moment or moments in this date almost when this person kind of checks out, and they could be, I don't know, like reading a book or scrolling through their phone or something. It's almost like they're preoccupied. Like maybe they're staring off into space and it just seems like they're thinking about something else. Again, I do feel like, I mean, one of the strengths of the two of you, your all's connection, is that you are very comfortable with the silence and moments like that. Like you don't, I feel like you, group 3, it's not like you need to be constantly entertained or constantly amused by this person. So if they're just like staring off into space, watching the landscape, or like reading a book or scrolling for a moment, it doesn't seem like it bothers you. But I'll just say that there seem like there are moments like that on this date. Anything else for group 3? I will say that this person, I think that they are aware that you are presenting different sides of yourself. You see this Emperor card? Like 2 different selves. They're coming through as the 5 of Wands. It's like they're kind of like noticing the differences. They're comparing the different personalities that you're wearing, or the different masks that you're wearing or have worn. But I do feel like they're okay with you doing this as well. Just like you're okay with them, like maybe staring off into this space or scrolling their phone or whatever, flipping through a magazine, whatever they're doing that's preoccupying them. They're also okay with the fact that you almost come through as like having like a dual personality, or like are presenting a self that there maybe is not the true self. Like they can accept that. They do see that it's happening though. Like they're not deceived. They can tell, but they're just okay with it. So there's a lot of acceptance. Both of you are really accepting of each other. Okay, anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? No, we gotta know finally. I'll just say the two of you do, I mean, there was that initial like anxiety, but like overall, I do feel like the two of you feel a sort of sense of comfort with each other. So take that for what it's worth. But yeah, don't deceive yourself either. You know, like they're not trying to deceive themselves about who you really are. I would just encourage you also to do the same. You know, like if you can accept certain things about them, that's great. But know what it is you're accepting. You know, don't deceive yourself. Don't try to pretend they're someone that they're not. Anyway, I hope that was helpful, group 3. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.